Hi everyone, this is Filip Mstislavski from Alaska. I am presenting the redesigned course for Geographic Information Systems for Public Health that I will be teaching in summer 2016 this summer. And this course is a graduate level course for MPH students that is distance delivered 100%. And we will now step through a series of screens that essentially highlight what changes I made and rationale behind those changes. I am using Prezi, as you can see, and the slides are downloadable through the link that I posted on the course website. I have added several elements, and the elements that I added had all to do with interactivity and adding content that's specifically designed to increase student participation, and team-based activities and assessment methods were key to making these changes. The specific changes I made had really to do with using the techniques that I'm teaching in the class, but in increasing the engagement through online participation and active learning. The first method that I approached was adding team-based assignments and assessment methods. An example of that would be students mapping and then sharing their physical activity levels using GPS units on their phones, and then posting their physical activity tracks on Google Earth, and sharing those tracks with the rest of the class so that the other team members could overlay their tracks on top of the tracks of their classmates, and compare the methods that the other students used, and also maybe get a little bit of a competition going to increase physical activity. Nothing wrong with that. It is public health, and I think it's a good thing to do what we preach. There is an example of that type of map in the bottom. The additional element I added is e-poster. I added an assignment that we called the e-poster assignment, and Dr. Betts was so graceful to and kind to share with me the e-poster board that she put together for her own course, and then adapted to the needs of this particular class. I then went ahead and altered it even more to add some more elements that have to do with the content of the course, the sort of didactic part. And the e-poster assignment, at the root of it was that I felt that it would be important to model kind of team-based environment, which is typical to public health research and practice, and kind of mimic the real-world scenario, and put this poster together to help the students to guide through students through the creating of the e-poster for one of the assignments. We also have 4-part assignment that has to do with the specifics, but this is specific. This is really to assist students in formatting and adding the needed content to the poster. And we have welcome and overview, contact for me, and requirements for the poster, tutorials for Padlet. That is the platform, web-based app that's used to create this particular poster. Screencast-o-matic tutorial so that the students in each team member could introduce themselves. The goals for recreating this poster, reminders, some tips that Dr. Betts shared with us, and specifics of what each e-poster should include. Now, this is a draft. It's kind of rough and needs to be edited, but I think it gives you a good idea of how this would work. I'm going to now go back to my presentation. Okay. The next element that I added is a video introduction, which is essentially the first element of the course. As students come into the course, they're asked to create a video introduction, and it's I suggest that they use Screencast-O-Matic, but I'm not opposed to using other tools. I just came to really like this application. As you can see, I'm using it now. And the last component added is a virtual computer lab. The idea is that the students are invited to participate in this computer lab in real time. It will be done on the actual computer lab will happen in virtual reality with Microsoft Link software, but students will be able to take control over my computer and vice versa, and we will be able to share screens, and everybody will be able to see each other. We have the advantage of having this link software available to us because UA, University of Alaska Anchorage, bought site license for it, and it's rather helpful. It is basically sort of a more robust version of Skype. Now, why make all this all these changes? As you see, my template here is a tree, and the idea is that the reason I chose the tree for this particular Prezi is because I felt that by adding all these different elements, I would be able to help students to acquire a skill set that is going to then take root in their practice on public health and will be applicable and useful to them in their careers as they graduate and go forward with doing the work they're doing. So back to the reasons, I believe that interactivity and team-based learning in this environment is key because there is no physical presence of students in the class. And the more engaging and more hands-on this course can be, the more utility it will be to public health practitioners. I also put here the following, that it has been redesigned to around active participatory online learning, and that active learning and interactive online content are really key to this, and that test drive this technology that we were able to really play with during this course was key to altering the course so that it would confirm better to those ideas of interactive and participatory learning. I would now like to switch to the following. I would like to kind of step through the Blackboard course shell for this course. And oh, wrong course. And show how all of this content fits within their course syllabus. I will go directly, so this is the course shell. The date is wrong. It needs to be changed. I don't know why it says spring 2015 if we're in 2016. Not very up to date as we see. Now, all of my content for each one of the sessions in weekly units, I added different elements that kind of help students to break the ice throughout the course, and that was thanks to the suggestions of during the course to add some of the smiley faces and other stuff like that to really assist students in getting more comfortable with the content. and less apprehensive of a new subject. So in week 2, we have video introductions. We talk about web etiquette and web etiquette. Or I put the word netiquette. I don't know if that's really a word in English, but it sounded pretty cool. And we talk about what kind of behaviors and what kind of things shouldn't be happening online in online learning environment, and we talk about accessibility as well. Next week we visualize the health data and really learn how to use different software pieces and get familiarized with the interface of the software. I broke each session into objectives that link to my learning outcomes. It helped me to kind of set it up in a more logical way. And I see I need to do some work with fonts here, but it seems to be overall fairly consistent throughout the 15 weeks. Week 4, we focus on specifics of spatial analysis. We then move on to obtaining and preparing spatial data and different sources of the data. We have our lab session set up tentatively from 5 to 7 p.m. And we will be using link again, as I said. We then move to geocoding tabular data, and geocoding is a process of transposing tabular data in geographic on a map. Something that they do in this section. This is also where they get to play with the physical activity map and post it on Google Earth. We have midterm project. Again, the dates need to be adjusted here. I used the old shell of the course and then altered it. But I think it still gives a good idea of how this project flows. We have the week 8 where we prepare for the midterm. Then the group midterm project is where students actually get to do this assignment with creating an interactive map. And the one that I mentioned in my Prezi, and it's the e-poster assignment, and this is the guide for the e-poster itself. And then we proceed with more advanced spatial analysis of health data techniques. Then at the conclusion of the course, there is the final course project, which really culminates all the learned in the course and allows them to really to showcase their skills by using a topic that's of interest to them, and specifically that has to do with students really focusing on something like air quality in their area of residence, or clusters of crime around specific neighborhoods, and looking at the potential determinants of these events in space and time. And I think this overall concludes the changes I made in the course. I am really grateful and appreciative of the help that everybody has provided during the course. It has been a really awesome experience for me, and I hope we can all stay in touch and collaborate in the future. And I hope you guys come and visit us in Alaska one day.